Restaurateur Fleur Caulton has over 20 years' experience in the hospitality industry, with restaurants such as Madame Wu under her belt. To stay afloat in such a fickle industry is no mean feat. So just how is it done? She spoke with MBR's Kalida Stewart-Menteith.
You opened your first restaurant in Queenstown in your early 20s. What gave you the confidence to do this?
Look, I don't think I really have an answer for that. It was very much maybe a rash decision. I really feel like I didn't have a lot of fear when I was that age, and I look back now and go, wow, how did you do that? But no, look, it was one of those things that I just felt that I could do, and I had all the ideas and the people around me to help me make it happen, and so I just got on with it. It was a great thing to do.
Is that something you'd recommend to others, just jump in the deep end like that?
Look, I think probably you'd need to have a passion, and my passion was definitely food. So although I was lacking in experience and lacking in knowledge of the ins and outs of business as such, I really did have a great passion for what I was going to do. So definitely, sometimes you just need to get on with it.
In your 2 decades in the hospitality industry, there must have been some failures. So how did you deal with these as they came along?
Yes, look, in any industry and any careers, I'm sure that there are plenty of ups and downs, particularly in my first restaurant, which, I started at 21. I was the youngest team member, but also the boss. That was a great challenge for me to be the person that had to tell people, 8, 10 years older than me what to do and how I would like it done. But just overcame those things through lots of practice and a bit of trial and error. And probably one of my biggest, obstacles to get across was financial. And I didn't really have a very sound financial background in the sense that I didn't really know what I was doing. I had a system on how to count the notes, and that was sort of worked, and the red ones went in my back pocket, which wasn't always the best thing to do, and so I found myself a little short on cash flow, but worked those issues through with suppliers, and that is really one of the foundations that have stood me in great stead through the years, is having great people around you and fantastic communication.
Yes, because when people think about the restaurant industry, they often do think of high-profile chefs, but the financial side is really important. So how did you develop these skills?
Again, it was learning on the job. My first restaurant, I had 9 years. I worked 7 days a week for the first 5 years of that. And it was really just a matter of grinding. I mean, it was a really grinding, grueling job. Everybody seems to think that hospitality is fun and exciting and lots of fun. Well, it has all of those elements, but it also has, an element of a lot of hard work. And so it was just over a period of time and seeking advice and getting key people to, beside me, helping me to understand what it was that I needed to be a success.
You've been the chief executive of Amersfield Winery, and you've headed other well-known brands. How do you take a brand from being fairly average to being a high-profile international brand?
Look, I think with Amersfield it was a great luxury that we didn't really have a brand. When I started, it was called Lake Hayes Vineyard Limited. We had some grapes in the ground, and we were able to develop, the international brand that it's become over a period of time. It was a very exciting position for me, working with some very clever and creative owners who had a vision. And it really helped me to be able to execute that vision because they were so clear. And it was a very exciting project, a 9-year project, which I'm incredibly proud of.
So what would be your advice to other entrepreneurs?
Look, I think that that's a question that we all would love to have answered. I think that nothing comes without hard work. You've got to love what you do. And I think you have to be very determined and driven to take it from a concept and to implement the plan and to make it a success. You've just got to keep knocking on the window. Just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it.
To become a subscriber, head to nbr.co.nz/subscriptions and join NBR today.